We have seen if condition as well as some of the complicated conditions, combinational conditions using and, or, etc. Now what we are going to look at is something very important, just like if, is arrays and list. Array is a special type of container or a bag which we store same type of items. In Python, arrays and list is considered very similar, but in certain programming language, it is different. In fact, it is very different. Arrays are different from list, but for our purpose, we are going to consider arrays exactly as list. Now, to get a feel of what is this, let's have a look at some of the use of arrays and list in our real life. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search the keyword wholesale in Google and go to images. I can see a lot of images which has warehouses in it. For example, this one. If I look at this image, as you can see, there is containers, or it's a set of containers, and you can see it has the same item, exactly same item stored. There is this red thing here. After that, again, that same thing is repeating. So many numbers, then this yellow thing, and then this green as well as other things. So this is very common in our daily life. Now, if you want to pick up a stuff, each of these things doesn't have its own name. Normally, either we pick the one on the top or pick a random one. Most of them going to be exactly same. So that is one property of this kind of arrangement. In programming also, we need this. We may have a group of strings, group of numbers, which we need to treat it like this. We need to carry it around. For example, there will be a forklift. If you look at carefully in this diagram or a picture, there is this thing sitting on bottom. It's a forklift carrier. You can put a forklift and take this entire thing, this entire box, and put it somewhere else. So this is definitely something we do in programming as well. So we are going to see similar equivalent in programming. This is common for almost all programming language, not just Python. In some programming languages, arrays and list, they are treated differently, but in Python, it's more or less the same, but Python has strict arrays as well, which is little advanced. We don't go into it, but for the time being, array is something which stores exactly similar items, like so many of them. Again, we are going with a code because it is pretty straightforward. So this is an array or list. Array/list. You can call list or array based on your taste. So line number 2, that is what matters here. Line number 2 is a variable. The variable is fruits and it has different string in it. It is an array of strings and there is this equal to assignment operator right here. And then we have the open square bracket. Remember, square bracket, it is a square bracket, not this. This is the parenthesis. This bracket is called parenthesis and this is a square bracket. Normally, when I say bracket, I mean this. And when I say square bracket, I mean this. So this square bracket is here, the opening and closing. And there are different strings inside it. As you can see here, there are different strings. It can be anything. And very important, there is comma in between them. Very important. Small thing, but we are not supposed to skip it. And there is space here, which is optional. Let me remove that space. If you want, you can put space. You can put space here as well if you want. No problem. You can put space here, here. It's all optional. If you put space here, it'll come in the string. So that has slightly more meaning to it. So this is an array of 3 string literals or 3 strings. This is an array of 3 strings or a list of 3 strings. What are these strings? These are the 3 strings inside the array. Now, how do we access it? We can do this. Line number 3, we can print the entire thing in one shot. Or if you want to access just one element, this is how we do it. Again, a new syntax which you need to get familiarized with. So fruits, then square bracket and the number. this is taking the first item in the array, and then closing square bracket and just the print function. So this is going to print the entire thing. Line number 3 is going to print the entire thing, and line number 4 is just going to print the first item. So this is the 0, first and second. One thing we need to make sure that we don't forget, it is a common source of error in programming, even at very high level. Array always starts from 0. This is the 0th element, this is the first element, and this is the second element. It is not 1, 2, 3. It is 0, 1, 2. This is how the numbering works in array. And this is again true in almost all programming language. So let's see the execution of it. I'm going to put a breakpoint here. I'm going to run it. Start debugging. The first line is a comment. There is no point we putting breakpoint there. And this is the name of the array. And let me close this so that it won't disturb us. As you can see right here, it has come up just like so. If I click on it, I can see 0th element is this, first element is this, and second element is this. It is showing all the elements inside the array in the debugger itself. And I'm going to print it, print fruits. So I have printed this right here exactly as it is. So Python is removing the double quotes. That's perfectly fine. This is string. It can be in single quotes as well. So that is what is here. And if I print this, we'll get just mango, which is the first element. Now, if I go for 1, it'll be printing apple. So let's restart. This time I'm going to put the breakpoint here. I'm removing the breakpoint and I got apple here. So the order matters. In this case, the order matters. So the first element is mango, which is a 0th. 0th element is mango, apple, and tomato. So very simple. There is not much complication. All you need to remember is the syntax, especially the square bracket, comma, and how to access each element. There are a lot more functions to this array. We will see them shortly. There is a lot more use cases. We'll see that in different programs. But for the time being, it is just a container. So this is a container which contains similar types. In this case, it is string. You can have array of numbers. You can have array of arrays. There are so many different combinations and permutations, which always comes in programming. So some of the features of this particular arrangement we are going to see next. This is another variable. I have misspelled it purposefully just to show you it has nothing to do with the naming. All it matters is the square bracket and comma. You can put anything you want in these strings. They are just like any other strings. No surprise, it is printing exactly as expected. This is a little different. This is a slightly different type of array or list. In this, we have different types of items in the same array. So this is very specific to Python. Python is becoming smart here and allowing us to put different types of items. For example, this is a string, this is a number, this is a string. So Python allows us to do, if we want, we can put different types of items in the array. Occasionally we need it, but normally it is not a great practice to put different types of elements in the list, but occasionally you will need it. But normally you will have same type of items in the array. Most of the low-level programming like C, C++, they are very strict with array. You cannot have different types inside array. It has to be exact same type of items. If it is string, it is string. If it is numbers, it's numbers. But Python, it's a high-level, very high-level programming language, so it allows this kind of statements. This is an array with only numbers. Again, no surprise, it is printing numbers. Now I'm going to perform certain operations to that array. So this is how you perform an operation. So there are so many functions available to call from that array. This is how you do it. So this is again a new syntax for you. We have not seen this particular syntax before. So this is an object and we are calling a function inside the object. This is a very common syntax you will see all over the programming, especially in Python. So let's pay close attention for line number 17. So we have the FTS here. It's an array. What is that array? Array of numbers. FTS is an array of numbers. And if you look, it has 3 elements right now, 0, 1, 2. It has 3 elements, 1, 2, 3. And what I'm doing is that I'm appending 10 to it. So I'm calling a function of that particular object. So we will get into the object-oriented programming later, but for the time being, just remember this syntax. So there is a dot here, fts.append. This pretty much says append 10 to this. So let's see that. So now if you look at FTS, let me show you that. So if you look here, there is another element has come up, 10 in the end, and the length became 4. Previously it was 3, now it is 4. Like that, pop is taking out, so it will take out the 10 we have added. So pop will always take out the last element in the array. So we got this, then this, after append, and after pop we got this. Now we can selectively remove items. So we are going to remove 2. So we have removed 2 and we are going to print it. So we got 1 and 3 because we removed 2. We are performing different operations. So the highlight here is the dot here. This dot means that we are performing the operation or the function. This function is called on this particular object or that particular variable, which is an array in this case. Now we are reversing that whole thing. So after reverse, it became 3, 1. It was 1, 3. Now it is 3, 1. Now we can sort it. Sort is ordering it. We are going to sort it. It became 1, 3. You can try with bigger numbers if you want. Now this is again very interesting. Line number 32 is very interesting. So this is an array, again a list or array, which has all these arrays. Basically, this is an array of array. So let's see that. So we have created an array of array and it has all this kind of stuff and we are going to print it. So it has printed everything like so. So again, the syntax is very similar. The square bracket, comma after each element. So this one thing is called element of an array or a list. So these are the different elements inside the array. So there are a lot more functions for the array. Some of them we have seen like this. There are a lot more. If you do a FTS dot, you will get a lot of functions. It's all documented if you want to have a look. Some of them we have looked, we have not seen, say for example, clear, count, etc. So all of them are documented. Some of them we will be using in our future programs.